What's up, people? What's up, sis? What's going on? Hold on. How are y'all doing this morning? It's a beautiful Friday morning so far. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast, so that's a plus. Uh, I was listening to Five Babes video while I was getting ready this morning, and it was definitely it's been eye-opening to hear about JC. That's all I'm gonna say is JC, because I don't even um, I'm not a clout chaser. I don't want that person to feel that I'm just saying this to get views or something. That's not the case. But I think that it's so revealing, and you can put things in. It's like it all makes sense. And a lot of guys do suffer from what he had to endure that are part of our gay men. And I get it. I do get it. It's kind of saddening. It's really sad because, hey Kimberly, it's sad because a lot of people have witnessed this person flying by, hey, driving by people on motorcycles. Some of my friends had that story of fathers that were just not part of their lives in any way. I'm not one of those people. My father's always, when my father knew I was gay, my father still he was still the same person with me. My father was out there in them streets chasing behind skirts. But when we were together, I always felt loved by my father. To this day, my father's my father is a hugging father. My father's a kissing father on your cheek, like the Italian fathers. And I used to be embarrassed when he would do that. Like, oh my God, why is he kissing me on my cheek? And my father's, I love you, son. He always says that. I love you. Daddy loves you. It's like I didn't experience that. I've always, from my grandmother calling people queens, and my grandmother that would call people queens was my father's mother. My mother's mother never was homophobic. I was just her grandson. I had an older gay cousin that she loved, and he would come around. He was more of a like a third cousin to me, but I didn't have that experience with as a lot of gay men had. Hell, I kind of wanted that experience to be. You know what? I was such a little spitfire, a firecracker, a little atomic bomb that I was ready for somebody in my family to try to check me about my lifestyle, so I could, move out. I got my own apartment when I was like 18 years old, so I wasn't dependent upon my family to take care of me. And I would be like, I wish one of them MFs would try to tell me about being gay, because this is my life. Who the hell you think you are? But hey, Ty Taylor. But I didn't experience that. So I had older cousins that tried that with my younger cousin. I have a younger cousin. And this younger cousin, I was laughing because Armand Wiggins knows my younger cousin. And when he was on the show, he was talking about Houston, because Armand stayed in Houston. And when I mentioned my cousin's name, he was like, oh, yeah, I know. He said, oh, that was your cousin? That's your... I was like, yeah, that's my cousin. Don't say anything else. I don't want to hear nothing else. And we laughed about that. But that cousin had problems with some family members. His mother trying to get people to talk to him about his sexuality. He got on drugs really bad. My uncle, who's his father, my uncle, who's my mother's baby brother, didn't know how to show him love. And to this day, it's like he's very... It's funny because I know my uncle loves me. This uncle grew up with me like a brother. He was like a brother to me, because my grandmother raised me a lot of my life. So I stayed with my grandmother, and my uncle is only like 4 years older than me. So we grew up like siblings. Now, don't try to ask me how old my uncle is, because y'all think y'all slick as well. I'm not going to divulge anything else. But my uncle didn't ever treat me wrong or anything. He didn't treat me bad. He was like a big brother. But it's something when your child says that they're gay. Everybody can accept anybody else, but when it's someone that's born from you, people, they can talk the talk but not walk the walk. You get what I'm saying? Like, I love gay people. I'm cool with gay people, but let their son or daughter come to them and say that they're gay. It's a different ball game altogether. I'm 30, yes, and I'm barely 30s. You're making me sound so old. Those old hags that I be... My friend is, there's some old sea hags. They're all like in their late 30s, early 40s. I'm like, I'd love to get that wisdom from older people, though. And you can't pray the gay away. You cannot pray the gay away. You are who you are. That's just like telling... And you know what? I always use this as a comparison. Can you tell a hermaphrodite to pray the other sexual organ away? Will they pray and that other sexual organ that they have will just fall off? You know what I'm saying? Because that's more external. So you can't argue with that because you see it externally. Internally, I am gay. I've always been gay. I didn't wake up one morning and say, you know what, today I'm going to put my gay shoes on. I don't know if I'm going to put my gay jacket on to match my shoes. Maybe I'll put the straight jacket on and have my gay shoes on, and I'll be bisexual or pansexual, which confuses the hell out of me at times. Yes. I was going to show you guys. I ordered this cologne. This cologne that I ordered, my coworker wanted to see it. He wants to smell it. This cologne that I ordered is from a maker in Austin, Texas. And I'm a person that likes to smell good, smell, fresh and edible. But I was telling the guys, after we do the gentleman's panel, we sometimes talk behind the scenes. But like about hell, we had been behind the scenes for damn near an hour after the show. But I was sleepy, so I had to jet last night. But we talked for about probably 15 minutes afterwards. But this is the cologne that I ordered. It's called Cocoa Moon from Beach Geezas. Beach Geezas. And that's beach spelled the same way it's usually spelled. In Geezas is Geeza. Giza. The maker's in Austin, Texas. He makes cologne. Now the bottle, it was funny because Captivating, when I was telling him about the cologne, and Jay was very interested in it. Captivating pulled the cologne. And yeah, the bottle. This was $120, but sometimes you pay for what you get. Sometimes. Now, when it comes to milk and crap like that, I'll buy off-brand. But cheese, no, I'm not buying no off-brand cheese because it's horrible. But colognes and shoes, I can go to Ross or Marshalls and get some cute shoes. But I have to take these pants back that I have in my back seat, y'all, because I ordered them for. I wanted me some pants with plaid. I ordered some plaid pants, 2 different colors. It was like I was like Goldilocks trying the porridge in the bear's cabin. I was like, this one is too tight, this one is too loose, and these are the pants that I ordered. Y'all can do 2 things at one time. Don't be afraid. Now I ordered these pants. These are cream colored pants that are plaid, but they were too big. And these I ordered were too tight. So I'm like, okay, do I want to look like a Sharpay or do I want to look like I'm an overbaked muffin? So I'm sending both of these pants back, taking them back today and ordering my right size. But I love how one of the pants look. And they were like $30. So that's relatively cheap for pants. But a lot of places are doing these sales because their stores are not open at regular hours. So they're trying to get their product out. They're trying to get their, the clothes out because they're not making the same money. What's up, Anthony? Oh, the cologne is called Cocoa Moon. You can pull it up. People have done reviews on it on YouTube. It's called Cocoa Moon, and they have a few different variations of cologne. This one is, again, it's Cocoa Moon, and the company is called Beach Giza. It came with a cute little bag and a box that I have at home. I've always wanted to get Creative Ventus. I didn't get Creative Ventus because I didn't want to pay $300 for some cologne. But I like this cologne. It has a very, it smells like Hawaii. If Hawaii was to be put in a bottle, it would smell like this. It's very it smells like coconut. It's a citrusy coconut islander type of smell. It's like if you close your eyes and put the cologne on, it's like you could be somewhere sipping out of a coconut on the beach. That's the image that I conjure up. Yes, but my coworker wanted to see, and I don't mind letting people see stuff. If you want to buy it, you buy it. Hell, I'm not one of those types of people. Like, I don't want anyone smelling like me. A lot of people are not gonna pay $120 for a cologne, so I'm not thinking I'm gonna smell a lot of people walking by me. Yeah, check it out. Hey, Miss V comes in peace. But when I was watching Five Babes video, let me tell you something. I had some problems with my father. I had issues with my father. My issues were my father wasn't always there when I needed him. My father, for a brief period, he battled with a drug addiction that I really wasn't aware of until I became an adult. I didn't know it as a kid. But my father also was a womanizer. So I looked at it like, okay, well, I'm an adult now. And my father would come around, but we weren't, I spent the summer sometimes with him. But he was doing a lot of stuff out in the streets, being a young man, and he a womanizer. And my father, women were crazy. Crazy about my dad. When people would meet my father, they'd be like, how attractive my father is, because my father's a dark-skinned man, about 5'11", slender build. My father was very, not like a muscle-bound person, but slender like myself. But again, he was a womanizer. He was slightly bow-legged. Yeah, what I'm talking about was he is slightly bow-legged. Not bow-legged like you would look at it and be like, well, damn, did he have to wear some type of stilts on his legs? No, not like that, but slight. And women were crazy about it for some reason. But yeah, I'm a little cleaned up. But it's funny that when my family would see me on my father's side, they would always be like, boy, you look just like your dad. And I didn't see the resemblance with my father, because I think with little boys, we look like our mothers when we're little, until we start getting older and the testosterone starts to kick in more so. So our father's features kind of become more to the forefront. Now, when my aunt would see me, she'd always say, you look like your father. And my father's ex-wife, my stepmom, would say, you look the most out of him. You look the most like your father out of all his kids. And I was like, really? You think so? Because when people would see me, they knew that I looked like my mother. People always like, you got your mother's eyes. You look like your mother's father, your grandfather. You look, because my mother looks like her dad. But I remember I told this story about my friend Lynn. She was at a store in Houston, and she said, I just saw your aunts in the store. And I was like, how do you know those were my aunts? She said, because y'all all looking like y'all got the same nose, y'all got the same facial features. And she had seen my aunts, and it was like 4 of them all in the store shopping together. So I've always like, okay, well, I look like my people on my mother's side, but I always felt love. So I didn't grow up being a person that hated myself. I was always content with who I was. And not really. It was like I accepted being a gay person, and I wasn't a person that ran around claiming to be bisexual, because some of us gay men tend to do that to me. We say bisexual because it's easier to digest for our families, because they think there's hope that you'll go back over to the side, of what they're on. But I didn't want to be ostracized. But society, I saw that, and I kind of, even with my friends that were more out, in the beginning, I was hesitant to be around them going places, because some of them were real clockable. When I say clockable, they were more effeminate, more boisterous. They wanted attention more. But I loved them ultimately because of that. They were more fearless than I was. Because they had, it's something. It was almost like back in the days when a black person that was mixed with white could pass for white. A lot of times they ran up north and started a new life, and just kind of just they changed their whole identity. They didn't even have contact with their families, because they felt they would have a better opportunity being white. And it was like that in the gay lifestyle. If you could pass for straight, you weren't ostracized. You were given job opportunities. Because I've known of friends that didn't get opportunities because they were gay. Crazy as hell, yes, but very unfair. And Hey, TC. And I would love to do a panel with other gay people, other lesbians, people from my community to talk about their experiences coming out. I would love, TC, I would love to have you on. I would have my sister on because my sister and her wife have been together for, oh my God, they've been married for like 8, 9 years. 8 or 9 years. I was gonna park at the parking lot today, y'all, but I looked at the time right now. Let me park in this damn garage, and I'm gonna pay $13 to park again. Damn it, I paid like $50 this week, damn near. But I I would love to hear people's coming out stories and how the family dealt with. How did they deal with their family? Me, I knew that if my family gave me any grief, that I would have just walked away from them and never spoke to them again. And I'm just that type of person. You're not gonna make me feel embarrassed about who I am. Hold on. I don't like riding on the side of big trucks. He looked like he was gonna run my ass into the side of the street. But what are y'all saying? I'm game for that, TC. I love that because there's a difference. And no, some of my friends are professional. Well, all of my friends are like when I did the panel. My friend Zeke, he's a judge for different things that the students do. Um, he's written plays before here in Houston. He went to Prairie View, A&M. But I would love to talk with other professional people and part of our community because we sometimes get this stereotype that we're all check writers and we're all a lot of, because some of us do that kind of mess. I was around people doing that when I first came out. I witnessed people that were check writers, and they were doing a lot of stuff. They would go into apartment complexes and break into people's mailboxes and steal their checks. I was never that person because I didn't want jail time, and I wasn't raised like that. I hate to hear that, Suki. I appreciate you watching still, and that's why I always tell people we're not under one umbrella. When you talk, my thing is this: if you don't like a person on the gentleman's panel, that's an issue you have with that person. I don't have anything to say about the other panel members. I'm cool with everyone, but they may not be cool with people that I'm cool with, and vice versa. But I appreciate you coming over here, even though. And you know what? And Anthony, oh my God. And we have to realize sometimes you have to love people from a distance. And I learned that. Just because we have a genetic we're binded genetically, doesn't mean I will allow you to treat me like crap or to, you can love a person from a distance. And that could be mother or father, because not all mothers and fathers are good people to their kids. Hell, there are people that molest their children that are fathers and mothers. How many times have we heard the story of fathers getting their daughters pregnant? That was his daughter he got pregnant. So would you tell that daughter, well, that's your father. You got to still love him. He's your father. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tabitha. And I feel in my family, there were some people that were not diagnosed with mental disorders. Because either, it's like this, in my family, there are people that are really smart, those that are not playing with a full deck of cards. So it's like either we're really intelligent people or we're people that have, and sometimes I think that a person can be so intelligent that they can become crazy. And TC, you know, you and I have each other numbers, so we can definitely get together offline and talk about uh, that panel. But I could have either went either way, y'all, because I was, as a younger person in the scene, there was a lot of things that I could have done that were reckless. And I've seen people come and go. I've experienced losing friends, people that I was friendly with. Not any of my close friends, but I witnessed people that went down the wrong path of drugs. And it's almost weird when they meet me now. When, hold on. Hit my email up, Suki, and we can talk from there. Moderators, no hate over here. Definitely, you're welcome over here, Suki. Hit my email, Suki, and we can go from there. Um, but, and I definitely like to, speak with you. Um, I could have done a lot of things because I came around and I saw people writing checks. I saw a lot of things going on, but back then I was like, let me go to HCC. I went to trade school. Um, I got certified, and I think that I stayed grounded because my grandmother was like, my mother's mother was like, you're not gonna be out there in them streets. And she's like, you're not gonna stay here in this house and be out there running them streets because I felt I was grown. You couldn't tell me what I was gonna do. I'm grown. I'm like 16 at the time. I was like climbing out the windows, hanging out with my friends in the neighborhood, the little hood rat kids that were smoking weed and drinking and stuff. And I had to grow up and I had to wake up because I was headed down a path of destruction. I was going to either be dead or in prison. So, or my grandmother, she was like, nope, you're going to do something with yourself. Baby, my grandmother put me in that car and she drove me downtown Houston to sign up to go to Job Corps. She drove me to Job Corps. You like, you gonna finish school. You're not gonna be no person that's not gonna be any part of. You're gonna be a part of society. You're not gonna be some little. She said a hood rat a hood rat ninja. So I got myself together. I went to Job Corps. Then I went to the community college once I finished Job Corps. So I did things that I should have done. It was like, okay, let me get myself together. And I have friendships from junior high still. My friend, two of my friends from junior high, my friend Lynn, I've been knowing since I was 15. I've known friends since I was 13, 12, and I'm still friends with them. And these are women, straight women. Um, but what are y'all saying? Okay, yeah, I see that, and we could definitely get the information. I'll get it to you, TC. Job Corps, yes, TC. I went to Job Corps, and you know what? And that's my truth. It's either because I had stopped going to school. I was in the 11th grade, and I was just cutting up. I was doing so much stuff. I was climbing out the windows, going to hang with my friends. Uh, Drinking, smoking weed back then. I mean, I really was never like a weed smoker, and this was like at 16 years old. I wasn't doing, I was drinking mostly. It was around crackhead girls, just messing around with girls, being with my friends, and just I wasn't. I felt I was gay, but I wasn't acting upon anything. I wasn't that sexual at that age. I knew about sex, and yes, I had humped and played mamas and daddies. Who doesn't play that? And I told y'all when I played mamas and daddies or cops and robbers, I was always, for some strange reason, they put me as the prostitute. But uh, I think that I had to grow up quick because my mother was a drinker also, and my mother battled with alcoholism for a while, and she couldn't take care of us properly. My mother got better with that, but I knew I didn't want to be a person like that. When I saw that in front of me, it made me say, "You have to do better." Hey, Lady P, um, really, Suki, because my two aunts. When I tell y'all the story about my aunt, when I had the bully that was bullying me, one of my neighbors, and my aunt told me, she said, if he put his hands on you, you pick up something and you knock the shit out of him. And I was like, I'm gonna get in trouble. My mama gonna whoop me. She said, no, she ain't. He shouldn't have been messing with you. He shouldn't have been effing with you. So I got that stick and I went and wore him out. Wore him, baby. I wore him out for the gods. And he respected me ever since then. But that was one of my aunts that went to Job Corps. Her and my other aunt that are like 9 months apart. Uh, they went to Job Corps, and my grandmother said, "You're gonna go to Job Corps in San Marcos, Texas. You're going to Job Corps, baby." When I went to that Job Corps office, I felt like I was being enlisted in the army. I was like, "Oh Lord," you know. I could have went to. I wanted to go to Hawaii because they have a Job Corps in Hawaii, but that's why I'm so proud of my nephews and nieces. Because of me and my sister growing up, how we did, we grew up in poverty some of our lives. Because my mother was partying, she wasn't a person that took care of business like she should have been. And I'm just being real with y'all. Um, so me, my brother, and my sister all said we don't ever want to live like this as adults. My brother, I'm so proud of my brother. He went to Prairie View. He got his degree. My nephews are at Prairie View. My niece is at Sam Houston. So they were given opportunities. They took advantage of the opportunities that they were afforded. Yes, Anthony, it is. You can't play because when you go to Job Corps, that's like your last chance. That's the last chance that some of us have as black youths. If you screw up at Job Corps, you're not gonna get any more free passes. So I had to really, and there were y'all. Let me tell y'all, at Job Corps, I was sleeping with the girls at Job Corps. I was climbing through the dorm windows, and I was like, "Let me get myself together. I cannot be doing this." I had little girlfriends there. I had a girlfriend, strangely enough, that was a lesbian. And I didn't know that she was a lesbian. We never had sex. But I should have knew something, because they called her 8 Ball. 8 Ball had like the little teardrop tattoos on her face. And hell, she looked like she could have been a member of TLC, like how they were dressing back then. And she she had a little teardrop on her face. She dressed like a boy, and I was attracted to that. And I should have known by then, well, you're gay. That's why you're attracted to her. And we were like, call ourselves dating, but there was gonna be nothing going on because she was looking for something and I was looking for something else. But again, I wasn't. I did sleep with girls there. I slept with 2 girls while I was at Job Corps, but it was like, oh my God, I just was doing something that other people were doing, but I could have been kicked out of Job Corps because of that if they would have caught me. There were guys that approached me in sexual ways that I didn't really take the bait. I never messed around with any guy while I was there, but I had people that were like a dorm mate with me. Like it was funny one time I was sitting in the windowsill. I'm sitting up with my back against the window because I had been looking outside and seeing if I wanted to go outside. And one of my dorm mates came up and he stood between my legs to look out the window. Now I'm standing back like this. I'm sitting up like this, and the window is like where my seat is. He comes like and looks out the window with his head like this between my legs, and I was like, it was like awkward to me, but Lord, you said Lord ever. What did you just order? Thank you, Niecy. I did. And you know what? I went to Job Corps. I finished. I was so proud of my accomplishment because I saw my peers doing, going to prison and doing a lot of other stuff. Um, when my brother signed up for Prairie View, I was so happy for my brother. And it was like I didn't go. I went to community college. When I finished Job Corps, I went to community college. I went to community college. So that was the extent of my college uh, experience. But for my brother to go, I was ecstatic about that. And for my nephews to go now, it's like I couldn't be happier. Because the goal is always for the next generation to do better than the one before them. Um, and what was you? Oh, you ordered the Beach Giza. Which one did you order, Casey? And they're really good. They're gonna send you an email thanking you. The guy name is R Hunt, and I'm looking. What I'm gonna do is send him an email to see if I could get some free samples and show them on my channel because he's in Austin, and people like to take advantage of those opportunities. Oh yeah, I didn't see what happened, Suki. He was testing the waters. Yeah, I think he was, but yeah, I'm gonna go in here. I'm trying to finish this energy drink before I go in. Um, and you know what, Nisi? That's what I like for people to come into my chat. I want you to feel like you're sitting down with your friend and you're talking about things because I don't look at YouTube as a come up for me. It's always been, it's a hobby. If I get paid for the hobby, okay, that's cool. If I wasn't getting paid, I would still be on YouTube. Um, because I want people to, I tell you my stories and I'm raw with it. So I'm not guarded with what I talk about. Do I say my nephew's names or my father's names? No, because I know how people could be. But I want people to come and not feel like, I'm not a celebrity or anything because I think sometimes YouTubers can get this mindset of being like some type of a deity. Um, I want it to be like you're talking to your brother, you know? What's up, John Stewart? Hold on, y'all. Listen, y'all, and see, this is how people get blocked accidentally because I'm like moving my phone with my fingers, and the block button came up. And sometimes I've accidentally blocked my moderator, Lynn T. I was like, she said, you blocked me. I was like, what the hell? Are you serious? Yeah, that'd be good to come to Texas. You see that, Lynn? You know that was an accident. Lynn don't let me live that. She's like, bro, you blocked me. I was like, what the hell? Did I block? I was like, okay, me and my damn butter fingers. But and when I see like the people like Kwani and some of these people, online and I see those people are damaged. Y'all, they've been through something traumatic, and they've carried it around. And I always use that term, people become bag ladies. They become bag ladies because they carry this baggage around. It's like a bag of cancer that they're carrying around. And their cancer is very infectious. And if we're not careful, that darkness that they have can sometimes manifest in us. And I don't want to be that person carrying it around. And I think that the anger, the vitriol is very it just drains you. It drains your very being. Hey Becca. Good morning, Becca. Um and when I talk to my aunts, just about, and I tell y'all, like my grandfather, great grandfather, he introduced me to comics. And people don't know, when I tell them I love to draw. I used to draw all the time. I would make my own characters up. The book that I'm working on now is sci-fi fantasy. So I would pick up encyclopedias. I had boxes of comics. I used to collect Marvel comics. So, in ElfQuest, I did all because it was a form of, because we were poor. So me being poor, the comics that was a means of escape. I could escape and go somewhere else other than the here and now. You know what I'm saying? So I used to draw and make up storylines for my characters, and I used to read a lot. I used to read a lot of Greek mythology, Roman mythology, which Greek and Roman mythology are basically the same. They just changed the names of the deities and gods. Um, and I read Norse mythology. It was like I would read like a lot of stories. What you're saying? They are damaged, and you know what people, and you know what, even with people that do things that may have touched on us, and I had distant cousins that may have they did some inappropriate things, but I found out that a lot of times those people that are doing stuff to us, it happened to them, and they're just mimicking what happened to them. That was behaviors. So we may say, this little boy touched on me when I was little, but he was a little boy that was touched on as well when he was little. So it was normal for him to do that to me. Thank God I never was that person that did that to anyone else, but I experienced that. Friends of the family. My mother loved her gay cousin, but I remember my mother and my stepfather asking me if he had touched on me. And he wasn't the one that was touching on me. It was the ones that were looked at as being straight that were touching on me. The gay cousin was mean as hell. It was warranted because I was a bad little child at times, and I would do stuff that was. I've always been bad. Let me say this: I was mischievous, as the white people would say. I was mischievous, and I was very. No, I was a badass little heathen. Let me just be real with y'all. Thank you for coming through, TC. I will definitely be in contact with you as well. Y'all, let me go in here. I finished this energy drink. I'm going in here so I can get up out of here pretty early. I parked in the garage and I can leave earlier. So that's the payoff for it. But thank you guys. Hit the thumbs up button. Shine some light up on me as I always ask y'all to do. Uh, like, subscribe. Much love to you guys and my moderators. Much love to y'all as well. I'm out of here. And we will talk later. And I'll look into the Mandela effect as well. I go back and I read the chats, y'all, when I'm at work. So some things I will address, in emails and stuff if you email me. But I'm out of here. Peace, y'all. Love and light.